Look, you can see it when I do that, which is so sick. You can see both colors. Remember, kids, when you're doing circles, you gotta dip that tip. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. Have you guys noticed that a new headband has entered my headband rotation? I still got old reliable, my little towel headband back here. I still love this headband, but recently Kaja Beauty sent me a PR package and it had these ears in it, which are the same color as Bertram's ears. If you don't know, this is Bertram, this is my cat. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Giovanna. I'm a Virgo. I am obsessed with my cat, Bert. I reference him often. This is what he looks like, but these ears look like his little ears, and therefore I want to wear them all the time. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to see how my little headband ears match my little Bert's ears. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in the new Glisten Cosmetics Chroma Fliks. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about these. I am very much in my multi-chrome era. If you've been following me on Instagram, ColourPop also just came out with multi-chromes for the first time, and so I tested those out last week. So I'm so excited to have some from Glisten. Theirs are very different though. ColourPop came out with multi-chrome like liquid shadows with a paddle brush, whereas these have a liner brush. So I'm hoping I'm gonna be able to use them standalone as liners. My plan for today is to do the same look on both eyes, but on one eye I want to use my water activated liners as a base, you know, to give them something to go over. Hopefully. I'm just thinking, like, is this gonna deactivate the water activated liner? I don't think so, because these are supposed to be waterproof. So basically what I'm saying is I want to do them over a base on one eye because I love to put multi-chromes over a black base. There's also an iridescent shade that I might do over a white base, and then on the other eye I want to see how they perform alone, because not everybody wants to buy something that has to be used in conjunction with another product. So I want to give you both those options today. I have 4 of the colors. I believe there's 8 in the collection. I'll put the full collection on the screen so you can see all of the colors, but I have the shades Frosting, which is this white iridescent shade. I also have Beetle, which looks like it's like a green to red flip. I have the shade Cyclops, which is like a greeny pink flip, and I have the shade Deep Sea, which is like a purpley blue flip. So I'm so excited. I'm gonna use all of them today, and we're gonna put them all in my eyes, and I'm just too excited. Let's get right to it. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you, and you want to hear my thoughts on the new Glisten Cosmetics Chroma Fliks, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching because it's coming at you right now. So I think what I want to do to start is to go in with my base eye. I'm gonna do my eye, I'm gonna do the eye that has the base shades under it on this side, and then the eye without it on this side. So I think I want to go and put my base colors in first so we can do a little side by side here. So let me just really quickly lay down a black base. I kind of have an idea of the graphic liner shape that I want to do here today. I want to go with something round. I don't know, something about these chrome shades just feel like very spacey to me. I kind of want to go for like a Rings of Saturn sort of vibe, so let's lean into that. This is my Glisten Cosmetics number 4 brush, and this water activated liner is their Coke Float split liner. It comes with a black and white. Highly recommend if you're trying to grow your water activated liner collection. Mine is clearly very well loved. I've hit pan on the black shade. I'm gonna try not to overthink this and just go in with a nice rounded shape, and I think I even want to give it one of these. Yeah, there we go. I'm not even worrying too much about my liner looking super clean because I'm gonna go over it with the duochrome liner, so I know that this is all gonna get covered up anyways. And like I said, one of the shades I have to work with in the Chroma Fliks is like a white iridescent shade, so I think I want to take a little bit of white water activated liner base too. And this is where I will do my little space ring thing, hopefully. Oh yeah, dude, that's so cool. You know what? That was so fun and spacey. Let's do one more little fun spacey loop here. I said one more, but what I should have said was 2 more. I'm gonna do another one. Just do a tiny one here. Fabulous. Now we're finally ready for the Chroma Fliks. So now I'm gonna do the eye with just the Chroma Fliks. That way we can see the comparison and how differently they behave. And I think the shade that I want to do in this all over region, like the one that's gonna be the take up the most real estate, is Deep Sea, because there's nothing I love more than a blue purple duochrome. So let's see how this works. Oops, got a little sunscreen on my eye. I'm gonna start by just going in my general wing shape, just taking it over the lid to get an idea of how opaque this is. And okay, so far, wow, that's so wild. It looks purple in my mirror but blue in the viewfinder. That is so sick. Multichromes literally never cease to amaze me, no matter how many times I use them. I'm equally as blown away every single time. I like that this brush is like very much a paintbrush tip. It reminds me of the same type of tip that my actual Glisten Cosmetics graphic liner brushes have, so I'm really happy to see that. I guess now let's start going in with my rounded shape. I'm a little nervous. Okay, yeah, we are running out of product. We're gonna have to dip in a few times to get this going. I can already tell that for sure. I really just prefer to use multichromes over a black base anyways, but I want to see if it's possible to do this. Is it gonna take longer? Probably, but let's see if it's possible. Just getting my outline done here, and then I'll go over it. Yeah, it's not that it's going on patchy, it's looking patchy, but it's not that the product is patchy, it's that I'm running out of product before I can get all over the space that I want to bring the liner in, so I am gonna have to layer this. And you can also just flip the brush around, because I noticed there's extra product on the other side of the brush. The brush is really nice. I like how easily the brush glides over the lids, just as nicely as a graphic liner brush. The product is just thicker than water activated liner, which makes sense. You know, there's like a lot more pigments and multi-chrome pigments in here, and it's also a waterproof base as opposed to a watery base, and obviously water glides super easily. Now let's do our little curvy inner corner bit. Connect it to the wing here. Yeah, I already have a feeling I'm going to prefer the side with the black base, but I did get it done, and holy freaking wow, dude, this multi-chrome is stunning. I'm so interested to see how different it looks on the black base. Okay, so let's go right into that. We'll go back and forth so you can see each shade side by side. Again, this is Deep Sea, and let's see what it looks like over a black base. It is not removing the water activated liner, which is great to see. That was one of my fears, was that because this is kind of liquidy, I don't know if there is water in the ingredients list for this, but you know, sometimes when you layer stuff over water activated liner, it doesn't always interact well and it can remove it, so I'm happy to see that they are working well together. Ooh, it is just so much easier to go in and apply a multi-chrome when you already have a black base to start with, because you don't have to worry about the shape being perfect. You could just glide right over it. Okay, wow, yeah, that took me about a quarter of the time it took me to do this eye, and granted, you know, I had to put some work in first with that water activated liner, but that didn't take me very long at all. But the color is slightly different over the black base, which is so cool how multi-chromes transform differently over different bases. It's not super obvious, but on this side, I feel like you can tell. Like, it's pulling really blue on camera. It's definitely pulling more purple in my mirror. Look, you can see it when I do that, which is so sick. You can see both colors. Ah! But on this eye with no mirror, it's definitely pulling more green, or I guess more of like a teal. And in my mirror, I feel like it's also pulling purple. It's like pulling purple in the mirror regardless of what the base is, but looking straight forward, just like in, you know, combination of natural light and my little studio light here, it's definitely pulling a little more green, which is so cool. Let's look at the multi-chrome one more time. It is just such a fascinating concept. I feel like multi-chromes are like real life magic, and it's so cool. Okay, let's move on to a different shade though. Okay, let's move on to the shade Beetle, which in the packaging looks like it's gonna be like a bronzy red to blue green flip. There's a lot of colors going on in here, and I think I want to do that one as my little inner portion circles. So let's see how easy it is to draw circles with these. I'm a little nervous. Okay, that's not my best circle, but let's see if I can fix that a little bit. Just kind of an awkward angle to hold my hand at. I feel I'm like under my nose here. Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it. We did it. I did accidentally get a dot in the middle. Oh, I should have tried to remove that with a Q-tip. Let's see if I can still do it. I just rubbed it around. I'm ruining it. Okay, don't touch anything. Sometimes, you know, you're just like so confident you can fix a mistake that you keep making more mistakes because you couldn't just accept the small mistake you made in the beginning. It's also not in the same spot as it is on the other eye. Oh no! It's asymmetrical on purpose. Okay, I did this all on purpose. Now just taking a little bit of Deep Sea to try to cover up that dot that I did. All right, I think that'll look fine from a distance. That color is really cool. It's pulling super like orangey bronzy on camera, And in my mirror, it's also looking orangey bronzy. How can that look the same? What does it look like if I do this? I feel like it kind of looks the same. I'm like trying to see if I can get that green to reflect. Okay, you're just gonna have to go with me on this one. I'm able to, oh, can you see it? It looks green there. Yay! Okay, I got the multi-chrome to show. I'm happy with that. Let's see what it looks like over the black base. Let's see if it affects the way the multi-chrome shows up at all. Ooh, okay. I feel like they're still showing up as the same color despite being the black base. But yeah, there you go. There is your shade Beetle. All right, Cyclops, it's your time to shine. This one looks like it's gonna be like a pinky blue green flip. So we're gonna do that circle under my brow bone here. And I'm not even worrying about symmetry now because we're already asymmetrical. So we have to make it look a little on purpose. There you go, little outline of a circle. Now I go in with my second dip. The thing is, a lot of the product comes off of the tip of the brush. This could just be because I'm drawing circles, so like I'm moving it like this. I did not have the same issue when I was gliding like this, like for the wings, but if you're gonna be doing circles and little dots and stuff, just be aware that like you're mostly working with the tip of the brush for this type of style. So what I'm trying to say is like you're gonna have to dip in more, and it's not the product like being bad, it's the fact that like you're using just the tip of the brush. So obviously the product is evenly distributed on the brush, but when you're doing like winged liner and stuff where you're just gliding it across, you won't have to dip in as much. I did pretty good with that circle. I'd say that's not too bad of a circle. How interesting. In my mirror, this one looks like really pinky purple, like kind of a magenta, but on camera, I think it's pulling super purple, like a warm tone purple, but much more purple than in the mirror. Yeah, I feel like you can tell it's looking very pink in the mirror. I think when I put them all on, I'll do a little situation where I like fully spin. That's usually how I do my swatches on Instagram, is I take the camera and I hold it up and then I like fully spin myself around in all the different lightings. So we'll do that in a moment, but let me put the shade Cyclops over a black base and see how different it looks. Gotta dip that tip again. Remember kids, when you're doing circles, you gotta dip that tip. Sometimes I like to act like I'm hosting a game show and I have a bunch of different catchphrases, and that would be the one for today's episode. What can I say? I'm in my Steve Harvey era. Ooh, okay, this is interesting. I feel like this one's pulling an even darker purple, which I guess makes sense because it's over a black base, but I feel like when you look here, you see like, yes, like a dark purple, whereas over here it's more of a pinky purple, but honestly, still pretty similar. So let's just, ooh, it's showing up super pink. I'm getting that pink flip in the mirror on this one. Okay, let me hold off on the mirror angles. I said I was gonna do it at the end. So let's move on to our last shade that I have, which is the shade Frosting, and we're gonna do that over a white base and on its own over here. I kind of have low expectations for how it's gonna show up on its own because I feel like this one's intended to be like more sheer, where you can maybe just do kind of, let me reserve my expectations though and just go in and do this. Ooh, okay, that's more pigmented than I thought it was gonna be. I feel like the white is showing up more. I thought it was gonna be more of like a sheer situation, whereas no, it is showing up pretty white with that gorgeous greeny gold reflect to it, but it is like giving a more opaque base than I expected it to have. Still gonna have to go in with a second layer though. Ooh, yeah, that's showing up way more opaque than I thought it would, but wow, it like disappears. The second I look forward, you can like barely tell there's anything there, and then I hit you in the light and you can totally see that it's got like a white gold situation. I feel like the green's pulling through a little bit. Maybe if I get my mirror, you can see more of the green flip. Maybe a little bit. Okay, let's do it over the black, not black base. Let's do it over the white base now. Although honestly, this would probably look pretty cool over a black base too. I have a couple of Glisten wet liners, some of their iridescent wet liners, and I've put those over a black base before, and they look so sick. Definitely don't sleep on doing these over a black base either. I just wanted to try it with a white base so that it would more match this side. Ooh, okay, this one's looking super white. Obviously, I put it over a white base. I feel like I'm not really seeing the flip all that much, which is interesting. On this side, it's coming off like super white gold, whereas this side, it's kind of just coming off of white, but you can tell that it's glowing. When I hit it with the mirror, you can really see that glow. So I'll do my little full 360 thing now. Yeah, let me do a little 360 angle with you. Okay, it was actually really hard to capture on my camera, so I'm doing it on my phone now, right? So this is us facing in front of the window. Here's my setup. I have a light on a stack of books and the natural light, but so this is us right in front of those lights, and now we're going to tilt. Oh, and you can see the colors changing. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, the shade is like freaking glowing green. That is so sick. Okay, let's go the other way to see if we can get those shifts on this eye. Oh, finally. Okay, the green is now popping through on this eye too. That is so cool. I feel like the colors are shifting the same way. Bert just emerged. He's so excited. Everyone wants to see the multi-chromes. I feel like the colors are kind of shifting the same way when I do the whole angle thing. I'm trying to like remember them, like take a screenshot in my brain right now. And now I'm gonna come over here. Yeah, I feel like the shifts show, maybe it's like a little pinkier on this side. I almost feel like the blue-green shade here is like pulling a little pinkier, and these are pulling a little pinkier than the other side. I feel like is still coming through a little more like purpley blue. So that's really interesting, but these shifts are amazing. This is so cool. All right, folks, I just went ahead and put on the rest of my makeup. I got a little purple blush moment going on. You can't tell me anything in this makeup look. I absolutely love the way the Chroma Fliks performed. I mean, I feel like you kind of got my thoughts as we went along, but I definitely prefer them over a base just for ease of doing interesting shapes and stuff. I mean, like I said, I think if you're just going in with a more standard winged liner, you know, just like a standard long line, they're easier to work with, but I like to do curvy shapes. I like to do circles and things. So for me, it's just easier to go in with water activated liner first that way. But yeah, I think they turned out super cute. I probably should do a waterproof test, shouldn't I? All right, it's the end of the day and I want to do a waterproof test. So I am in the bathroom. I'm going to turn the water on and I'm going to try to make it like a reasonable temperature that water would actually be if it's going to touch your face. And I'm just going to plop some on my face here and see what happens. Weird to do without actually taking your makeup off. Okay, nothing's happening. I mean, let me do one more just for good measure. I'm honestly surprised that that one's not moving because that's the side that's over a water activated liner base. Oh, it's so awkward. I'm like trying not to do too much. Okay, so we are getting a little bit of running on the water activated liner, so it's giving me a really cool goatee situation here. But on this side, I'd say nothing's really happening. I'll be honest, I don't think it's gonna hold up to me rubbing, but I'm about to wash my face, so let's just give it a try. Yeah, I don't really think that's to be expected. It was wet and I rubbed it, but there you go. There's your waterproof test. I would say the side without the water activated liner was pretty waterproof. But yeah, I highly recommend checking these out if you're a fan of multi-chromes like I am, especially if you're a fan of graphic liner and multi-chromes like I am. But I thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, do me a favor, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I post new videos twice a week or more, and check out my description box for all of the makeup details, including links to the Chroma Fliks. As always, you can use my code Giovanna20 for 20% off all Glisten Cosmetics products. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. It is an affiliate code, so I will make a commission if you use that code, but I would never recommend anything to you that I wouldn't buy myself, and I think these are absolutely fantastic. So yeah, check out my description box for all the makeup details. I will also have all of my social justice links down there, and I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!